name is REI'S. I also do art and craft that support positive messages related to mental health in general. It actually started off as just a regular Instagram page. It's the whole idea about art, you see. It's just to experience the movement of your fingers, your mind. It's actually a very mindful activity. And the best part is you don't have to be an expert to create good art. You can be a total beginner and it will still look good, if not to yourself, to others.
Today you've actually narrowed down 5 of your most favorite works so far. Maybe you would like to show and talk about it?
Okay.
Maybe the first one?
Let's see. I think since I actually hang this up on my bulletin board, so obviously this is my favorite, if you can take a look at it. For those who are not familiar, this is actually Carmen Sandiego from the 2019 Carmen Sandiego animated series that's on Netflix, and I've been playing the game since I was a kid. She's actually a IP that has been around since the 80s actually. The reason why this is one of my favorites is because, well, it's a very poignant scene from the last episode of the season, yeah, and it got me an insane amount of likes on Instagram, which I was not prepared for. I was like, whoa. So that's why I'm quite proud of it.
Wow.
And a lot of fans also appreciated the style, and they could resonate with it as well. So yeah, this is definitely my favorite because it's an achievement for me to get that many likes on Instagram and say that yeah, I could do it. There's a chance that I could that there are people that actually appreciate my art style and appreciate that character. So if I saw that there's something that I could go into, I don't know, maybe in the future when there's no more MCO and we get to attend events like Comic Fiesta again, the possibility of like opening a table in those kind of events and in free markets to just exhibit my art, I mean, that seems quite possible. So that's why it's something that means a lot to me.
Okay, so the next one.
Okay, the next one, these are actually 2 drawings in one on one sheet of paper. So if you can actually see it, there's this. So these are one of the doodle one of the prompts from the doodle list for 30 days, and I think the theme was about sea creatures. What I particularly like about it is that there's a message behind it, and the colors are bright. It's cute as well. So this is something that I'm exploring in right now, like just come up with an illustration that means something to me or is something that's cute and add a quote there, and hopefully the bright colors will be able to inspire someone and just, well, brighten up their day, especially when it appears on the feed. So to me, out of 30 illustrations, I think these are like you're asking for my favorite, then I would say these are my favorites because the colors just seem to come together really nicely. And I did receive like compliments on the illustrations, like, hey, you can make a t-shirt out of it. I said, really? I think she meant this one. Yeah. So again, it helps me to realize that there's value in what I do, and what I do really believe in is being able to create or produce something to just make people happy, whether it's to get them to smile or just to shake them out of their bad moods. I think that's the one of the good contributions that you can do as an artist or as a creative person. You express your imagination and your skills and just inspire someone.
I noticed one thing about your artwork. So there's always like a quote. There's like a handwritten quote in each of these pictures. Maybe you can just show the previous one and explain what that was about.
Okay, let's see what it says here. The one with the sotong, the octopus. Everything in Malaysia is sotong, yeah. By the way, the octopus. It says, "Forget your troubles and dance." Yeah, so it's just a simple.
Short and sweet, yeah.
Yeah, short and sweet, and it's a fun picture. It's a fun picture as well. You have the octopus like dancing with what looks like a baby turtle.
So what about the one on top there? The one on top is a bit elaborated.
The one on top with the narwhal. Playmates share two gifts. You are lovable and there is nothing to be afraid of. Oh, okay. I think this is something that I came out on my own. Whether that makes sense or not, I have no idea. I think in general it's about having a playmate or having friends. And with friends, there's nothing for you to worry about. You can just be yourself. Like you can just play tic tac toe, and no one's gonna judge you or laugh at you because you guys are friends.
Yeah. Sometimes it's better not to be alone, right? To support each other. So I guess So there's something that just came into your mind while you were in the zone.
Yeah, it's like it's like after I've not like visited this illustration for for more than 6 months, and now looking at it again, it's like, what was I trying to say at that time?
I mean, that's why it's your form of a journal, right?
Yeah, in a way, it's a form of a journal, and I suppose it captures whatever thoughts and feelings that was at the time, even though I can't really recall it.
That's one of the important things about journaling. Even myself, my videos also kind of my journal, and sometimes when I go back to a video edit, it's good to know. I mean, it actually documents your progress and your journey. So I think your artwork is doing exactly just that. It's really touching other people's lives as well. Let's see your third one.
I think you might have seen this one on my Instagram page because it's very recently done. Starting at MCO 3.0. Is this? Yeah, so that's Amy Farrah Fowler from The Big Bang Theory, one of my favorite sitcoms. And the one below is Sisu from Raya the Last Dragon from Disney. She was voiced by Aquafina. So I learned that she too suffered from mental illness, depression in particular, and was struggling with it throughout her life. And that's what prompts me to want to illustrate her and feature a quote from Aquafina, and the fact that she's just this really colourful character from Raya and the Last Dragon, and I thought it'd be fun to just have fun with the hair, which I really did, as you can probably tell. And as for Amy Farrah Fowler, she was what inspired me into doing art to advocate mental health a lot more seriously, because her current podcast right now called Breakdown is all about that. It talks about mental illness, it talks about depression, and it interviews various celebrities and possibly friends of hers that are going through the ordeal of a mental illness and trying to get it more out in the open in order to address the discrimination and the stigma. Her name is Mayim Bialik, because Amy Farrah Fowler is obviously the character. One of the first people that she interviewed on a podcast is Will Wheaton from Star Trek.
Wesley, for sure. Yeah.
So it was that interview that really moved me, so to speak, and inspired me to want to really do something to advocate mental health. Plus the fact that I like this style of illustration. If there is one, I believe every artist could relate to this. We are always uncertain and a little bit insecure on what our style is. Like, do I have a style? Like, is this a style, or am I just copying some other artist and it's not quite my style?
Everyone is born a copycat.
Yes,
it's as simple as that. Everyone is born a copycat. The moment you're born, you are copying your parents or whoever's taking care of you, their style of the speaking, the way of your behavior. Likewise with art. So it's about actually copying others, but also finding your own voice in this, finding your own interpretation of what your style is and your message.
I absolutely agree, because good artists steal all the time.
It's a fact. And then there's always this insecurity of wondering, am I good enough, or is it good enough, or is it are people going to like it? That's where I guess a lot of the things that we learn through mental health advocacy actually comes into play for ourselves as well.
Alright, tell me about it.
When you're doing this, you're actually you are exposing yourself even more to public scrutiny or public opinion. Yeah, these things can affect you if you're not prepared for it.
That's right.
And sometimes you have expectations, but I hope this thing, this label of love that I'm putting out as a form of maybe your art, or someone writes a song, or maybe even this video interview that you're doing, we're hoping that you reach hundreds and thousands of people can get likes, but when you don't get it, it's like,
Oh man, yeah, it's like that sinking feeling that I suck. But that's how I feel for my illustrations. I'm really very honest.
we've kind of formed our own expectations, and then when it's not met, even though no matter how realistic or conservative it is, if it's not met, then we get really down or disappointed with it. And I guess that's why a lot of artists, majority of artists actually feel a lot of pressure from a mental health point of view.
That's right.
So kudos to you for starting this and trying this. So the next choice?
There's just one more which I've yet to upload, but it's exactly what we were talking about earlier regarding us feeling insecure.
So this is an exclusive here.
Take a look at this one. I hope you could see that. That's exactly that's how I feel whenever I sit down to draw and facing a blank piece of paper and all the little dark thoughts will start popping up.
No, but I mean, the irony of it is, the irony of it is, it's serious, it's dark, it's pain, but yet it's enlightening from an art point of view. And I'm still looking at all this feeling like a mix of emotions, like, wow, you know?
It's like, we creatives can really be in a dark place whenever we sit down to start something, but I believe the idea is just to get your thoughts out and flowing by just drawing anything. At least that was one strategy that was recommended. Just get all the rubbish out first. No, it could be all the bad stuff. Get it all out, and slowly the flow will just kick in naturally. Something along those lines. Yeah, it was a podcast I was listening from Red Lemon, who's also an artist, and I think the topic was about those days when you just don't feel motivated to do any illustration or to do anything at all. So, particularly to artists, he said all you need to do is to just sit down and draw whatever rubbish that comes up from your mind. It could be a bad drawing. Just get it out. You just want to start moving. You just want to move your fingers. You just want to get everything all sorted out in you, and then slowly things will start to flow again. Don't lose hope, you know.
So the way I look at it so far, what I've learned today, I mean, from this discussion, like, yes, first of all, art is your art has been a form of journaling, as well as a place for you to vent out your thoughts and your feelings onto your craft.
Yeah.
And actually have a place to store it rather than to keep it inside, store it, and maybe even to share with others who are also facing the same challenges.
Yeah, you could put it that way. I mean, I know there are artists who are really talented and gifted. They can literally draw whatever they're feeling. If they're feeling down and depressed, and they can illustrate something that's really dark, and it resonates and it captures people's attention. But I don't see myself as that kind of artist that was able to express darkness in that way, in a form of really grotesque or drawings that are very inspired. Yeah, gothic. Yeah. I don't think I'm that kind of artist. I mean, I do tend to draw cute things because that kind of lifts up my own spirits as well. I like colors, so I tend to put a lot of colors.
Yeah.
Hopefully that gets to cheer someone else as well. Although I do admit that I admire those artists that can express their melancholiness or their darkness in them with the colors that they've chosen. You know, the hues of grey, blue, anything that's monotone. So I admire those artists, honestly speaking, because they can do that. While I'm more of the yay, rainbow, sparkles, unicorns.
But let's look at music artists. I mean, the majority of songs are always about heartbreaks, disappointments, breakups, the saddest things in life. And it seems easier to actually write sad songs than it is to write happy songs. And unfortunately, the more popular songs are the ones that actually tap into these dark places. Songs like those artists like Nine Inch Nails and right, Chester Bennington's own songs, like his own State of Mind. These are the ones that actually get a lot of critical attention. So likewise, I guess for even like visual or graphic artists, I had the assumption that it would be easier to tap into the darkness. But you're saying otherwise, like it's easier to tap into the brightness because of the colors.
Yeah, maybe I just like colors, or I don't know what other. Maybe there is a technique. In everything, in any kind of craft, there is a technique involved, and then the rest is practice and talent, I suppose.
I thought that was a really good start, the one you showed just now.
You mean the doodle with the It's still cute.
Yeah, I thought that was a good start.
Oh, thank
I
you.
mean, it was cute, but at the same time, it's tapping you into the dark side, but interpreting it, problem with this word,
Interpret
it into something really accessible to everyone without actually having to make people feel bad about it.
That's
I
right.
think that is even more challenging, and it's a really good achievement for what you've done over there.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for the compliments.
Yeah. Keep doing what you're doing. So is there going to be any colors on that picture right now, that doodle?
I will add colors onto it, but I'll also take a photo or scan it to preserve the original black and white, because I think it works as a black and white as well. Yeah, without colors.
I it's left to you because you are the artist and you are the person who owns it. It's not for anyone to say that this is not good or that's not good, because you own it and it's your own voice. So, great job. Really feel happy and honored to actually have met you and find out what you're doing, and I wish you all the best. Thank you so much, Ray.
Thank you, Vino.
Take care and
Take
all the
care.
best. Thank you.
Bye. Live long and prosper.
You too. Bye.
There we go.
Sorry. Okay, bye.
Nice.